Yo, this dude killed every single one of his brothers-in-law, all 4 of them, and the wife who saved his life back when he was nothing. He went and slept with her own maids, like the maids she brought from her parents' house. His name was Yi Bang-won, King Taejong of Joseon, the 3rd king of a dynasty that lasted 500 years. And here's the wild part. Without his wife, this guy doesn't even become king. She literally hid weapons under their bed and shoved armor on him, saying, "Get out there and fight." That's the woman who put him on the throne. So how does a guy go from owing his crown to his wife to wiping out her entire family, one by one, over 18 years? Stick with me, because the way he did it, slowly, surgically, while smiling at her face, is the kind of story that makes you understand why power eats people alive. So picture this: 1382. A 16-year-old kid named Yi Bang-won marries an 18-year-old girl from the Min family. And dude, the Mins were loaded, top-tier nobility. His side? A rough military clan, nobody special. He literally moves into his in-laws' place. Yo, the guy married up, hard. And get this, 1 year later, 17 years old, he passes the National Civil Service exam, the Munkhwa. We're talking Joseon's hardest test, and out of 27 kings across the entire dynasty, he's the only one who ever passed it. The only one. His dad, Yi Seong-gi, basically cried tears of joy. Then 1392 hits, and things turn ugly. There's this guy, Jeong Mong-ju, the last loyalist of the old Goryeo dynasty, blocking Yi Seong-gi from grabbing the throne. So Bang-won. He sends his guys to ambush him on a bridge called Seonjuk-gyo. Bashed his head in. That's the day Bang-won first picked up a knife in politics. Joseon gets founded a few months later. You'd think Bang-won is next in line. Nope. His dad picks an 11-year-old half-brother as crown prince. Bang-won gets shoved to the sidelines, 6 years of nothing. Then 1398. Government strips every nobleman of their private army, so Bang-won has 0 weapons. He's cooked. And here's where it gets crazy. His wife, yeah, the Min girl, she'd been hiding weapons and armor in a back storage room this whole time. She drags it out, straps the armor on him herself, and goes, "Get out there and fight." No joke, those were her words. He wins. 1400 rolls around, his older brother tries the same move, and she armors him up again. November 13th, 1400, Yi Bang-won takes the throne. She gave him a crown. So you want to know how he thanked her? 1 month. That's all it took. 1 month after sitting on the throne, this dude starts bringing in a side girl, his first concubine. The woman who hid armor under their bed for him is barely done celebrating, and he's already shopping around. Honeymoon from hell. And get this, for 12 straight days, he doesn't even sleep in the royal bedroom. He moves into the royal study room, the biz room. Like, picture a husband literally moving into his home office for 12 nights so he doesn't have to face his wife. No joke, the official records straight up write the reason: because of Queen Wonkyeong's jealousy. First king in Joseon history to ditch his own bedroom. He set the record on day 12. Then it gets worse. He throws out about 20 of her people, her palace maids, her eunuchs. Gone. Fired. Like a Game of Thrones move where the king cuts off the queen's entire support staff in one afternoon. She wakes up one morning and the people who've been with her for years just aren't there anymore. And here's where it gets crazy. The maids she brought from her own parents' house, the girls who basically grew up with her, he sleeps with them too. Dude. Then he tries to throw a full wedding ceremony, like an actual royal gala, for a new concubine, this Andong Kwon woman. The only person who shut it down was his own brother, the retired king. Big brother had to step in like, "Yo, chill." After that, a Giseng named Ga Hee-ah joins the roster. Then in 1414, he passes a law splitting his kids into two tiers: queen's kids on top, concubine's kids beneath. Final count? 18 concubines, 12 sons, 17 daughters. But cheating? That was just the warm-up. The real horror show? It came for her brothers, all four of them, one by one. Here's how it starts. 1407. Taejong walks into court and goes, "You know what? I'm tired. I'm handing the throne to my son." The crown prince, Yong, was 13. Nobody believed it. A week later, surprise, he takes it back. The whole thing was a trap, because what he was really watching was who in the room looked a little too excited about him stepping down. Like the world's first survivor immunity challenge, except if you vote wrong, you die. Guess who got flagged? Min Moo-gu and Min Moo-jil, the Queen's two younger brothers. Word came back they seemed kinda happy about the abdication. That was the charge. House arrest in the boondocks first, then Ongjin, then all the way out to Jeju Island. 1408. Their dad, Min Jae, Taejong's own father-in-law, the scholar who basically raised him, dies. Now there's nobody left to protect them, no buffer. 1410. March. Taejong sends the order, "Take your own lives." Both of them, gone. Wonkyeong's younger brothers, dead on her husband's command. You'd think that's the bottom. It isn't. 1414. He locks in absolute power. The cabinet now reports straight to the king. No middleman. Whatever he wants, he gets. Then 1415. There's this messy court case about a slave named Yom Chi-yong, and somehow the Queen's last two brothers, Min Moo-hyul and Min Moo-ho, get dragged into it. The youngest too, the ones still alive. January 13th, 1416. Same order. Take your own lives. Done. All four brothers. Picked off a chessboard, one move at a time, over 9 years. But here's the part that wrecks you. You want to know who turned in those last two? Yong, the crown prince, Wonkyeong's oldest son, the boy she raised. He overheard his uncles say something and ran straight to Dad. Your firstborn rats out your brothers to your husband. The kid you carried becomes the snitch that buries your family. And just to make sure no in-laws ever got powerful again, Taejong passed a law back in 1409. No royal titles for the wife's family. Ever. Lock the door behind him. July 1420. Wonkyeong catches malaria. She dies at 56. All four brothers gone. Father gone. Buried at Heolleung, the spot beside her left empty for the husband who hunted her family to extinction. Wonkyeong was gone. Her four brothers were gone. You'd think the killing was over. Yeah, about that. 1418. Remember the snitch? The oldest son, Yong, the crown prince who ratted out his own uncles. Turns out the kid had a thing for another man's woman. Specifically, a concubine named Iori, who belonged to a guy named Gwaxion. Yong stole her, got caught, promised to stop, and then snuck her right back into the palace. Dad found out. So in June, Taejong stripped him of the crown prince title. The snitch finally got snipped. 2 months later, in August, the third son, Chung-yong, got the throne. You know him as King Sejong, the one who invented Hangul. Yeah, that guy. Taejong abdicated. Sort of. Because here's the thing. He kept the army. Straight up told everyone, until Sejong turns 30, the military is mine. Retirement in name only. He kept the keys to the whole arsenal. And then he did it again. December 1418. Sejong's father-in-law, Sim-on, was prime minister. Taejong tied him to a treason case and ordered him to take his own life. So now Taejong had killed his wife's 4 brothers and his daughter-in-law's father. Even your son's wife's dad isn't safe. That's the energy. In 1419, he personally ran the invasion of Tsushima, sent General Yi Jong-mu across the sea to crush the pirates. Retired king, full general seat. Then, May 10, 1422, Taejong dies, 56 years old, same age as Wonkyeong. They buried him right next to her in a twin tomb at Heolleung, the first twin tomb in the dynasty, and the system he handed Sejong. Private armies dissolved, cabinet reporting straight to the king, the whole machine. That blueprint? It came from Jong Do-jeon, the guy he'd killed back in 1398. He killed the architect and stole the blueprint. So let's just lay it out. Over 18 years on the throne, this guy crossed off every single name that could ever threaten him. 4 brothers-in-law, gone. His son's father-in-law, gone. And the woman who hid the swords under their bed for him, she watched her whole family disappear, then died at 56. He followed her 2 years later. Same age, buried right next to her. And here's the part that gets you. That clean, terrifying silence he left behind. That's the runway Sejong took off from. Hangul, the rain gauge, the northern frontier. 32 years of golden age built on top of one couple's grave. He killed the architect and stole the blueprint. He killed her family and slept beside her bones. So I gotta ask you, was it worth it? You tell me. Drop it in the comments.